नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय विशेषशून्यवादी भाष्यादिदेशधारिणे जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for joining today's reading. So one just quick recap. Yesterday we read one of the great quality of Yashoda Mai, which is the determination and the hard work. So we discussed about the three F, the fatigue, failure, and the feedback. Despite all of these three, somebody continues to put the endeavors to achieve Krishna, then he becomes the qualified person to receive the grace of Krishna. Drashtva parisramam Krishna kripya asit swabandhane. So that was the discussion. Today we'll read the next verse. Let me share my screen. This is also another very beautiful verse and very important verse, in fact. Text 19. Evam sandarshita harina mrityavashyada swavashena bikrishnena yashedam saishwaram vashe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, this entire universe with its great exalted demigods. Somebody has to be on mute once again. Okay. Translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, this entire universe with its great exalted demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Lord Indra is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet the Supreme Lord has one transcendental attribute. He comes under the control of his devotees. This was now exhibited by Krishna in this pastime. So this is another very, very special, very transcendental attribute of Krishna. Krishna is exhibiting, which we have been already discussing, but it is coming very specifically in this verse. It says, Harina Vrattavashyata. Supreme Lord Hari is Vrattavashyata. That is his transcendental quality, that he comes under the control of his devotees. Right. Swavashena Krishnena Yashedam Seshwaram Vashe. So this is the quality. Let us read the purport and then we'll discuss. So please pay attention. Some important points are there in the purport. This pastime of Krishna's is very difficult to understand, but devotees can understand it. It is therefore said, Darshayam stadvidam loka atmano bhaktavashyadam. Bhagavatam 10.11.9. The Lord displays the transcendental attribute of coming under the control of his devotees, as stated in the Brahma Samhita 5.35. Ekopyasau rachaitum jagadanda yashaktirasti jagadanda chayadayantaha andandarastha paramanu chayandarastham govindamadi purusham damaham bhajami. By his one plenary portion as Paramatma, the Lord controls innumerable universes with all their demigods. Yet he agrees to be controlled by a devotee. In the Upanishads, it is said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead can run with more speed than the mind. But here we see that although Krishna wanted to avoid being arrested by his mother, he was finally defeated, and Mother Yashoda captured him. Lakshmi Shahastra Sambram Sevyamanam Bhagavad Brahma Samhita 5.29. Krishna is served by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. Nonetheless, he stills butter like one who is poverty stricken. Yamaraj, the control of all living entities, feels the order of Krishna, yet Krishna is afraid of his mother's stick. These contradictions cannot be understood by one who is not a devotee, but a devotee can understand how powerful is unalloyed devotional service to Krishna. It is so powerful that Krishna can be controlled by an unalloyed devotee. This Bhratta Vashyata does not mean that he is under the control of the servant. Rather, he is under the control of the servant's pure love. In Bhagavad Gita 1.21, it is said that Krishna became the chariot driver of Arjuna. Arjuna ordered him, Senayor Vayor Madhya Ratam Sthapaya Mechyuda. My dear Krishna, you have agreed to be my charioteer and to execute my orders. Place my chariot between the two armies of soldiers. Krishna immediately executed this order, and therefore one may argue that Krishna also is not independent. But this is once again ignorance. Krishna is always fully independent. When he becomes subordinate to his devotees, this is a display of Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, the humor of transcendental qualities that increases his transcendental pleasure. Everyone worships Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he sometimes desires to be controlled by someone else. Such a controller can be no one else but a pure devotee. So, very beautiful purport and a lot of points here that Prabhupada mentions. So, this quality has been exhibited here, Harina Mrityavashyata, and Krishna comes under the control. So, this is very, very special quality. And Krishna performed these pastimes to show to the world that this kind of intimate relation is possible with me. Iti draksvalilabhiranandakunde स्वघोषं निमज्जन्धमाख्यपयन्धं तदीयेसिदग्ने सुभक्तिर्जितत्वं पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतावृति वन्दे. So Krishna is performing this pastime as which has been glorified by Satyavrata Muni in Damodarastakam, saying Iti Drakswalila Bir Anand Gunde. When Krishna is performing this super excellent pastimes, you know, so all these childhood pastimes, Krishna is drowning all the inhabitants of Gokula to the pools of ecstasy. Uh, it is iti draksvalila be Ranand Kunde, Anand Kunde, the pools of ecstasy. Saghosham Nimajjantam. Nimajjantam means is completely immersing all these devotees of all these Brajvasis into Anand Kunde in the pools of ecstasy. And Akhyapayantam. Akhyapayantam means Krishna is proclaiming throughout the entire universe that I'm performing these pastimes and look at these devotees. They are just drowning into these pools of ecstasy. So much enjoy, so much of enjoyment. So by hearing, by witnessing, by describing this Leela, there is a great joy in Krishna's pastime. Tadiyesi tagyesu bhaktarjit tattvam. And Krishna is showing through this pastime, bhaktar jitatvam. The bhakt will conquer me, jitna. So my devotee can conquer me. So Krishna is performing these pastimes. Puna prematastam shatavriti vrande. That I bow down to that Lord, that Krishna Damodara, again and again. Right. So this is what is Krishna is exhibiting here, and this verse is coming. Evam sandarshita hyanga harina bhratta vashyata. So bhaktar jitatvam, bhakta vashyata, bhaktir vadham. So these are something very special qualities which is not exhibited in any other form of the Lord. But Krishna, and especially in his childhood form, he shows all these pastimes. And Bhaktarjit Tattvam, that my devotee can conquer me. Harina Bhratya Vashyata, that I come under the control of my devotee. Swavashenapi Krishnena Yashedam Seishwaram Vashe. So to exhibit this specific quality, this transcendental quality of Bhakta Vashyata, that I comes under the control of my devotee, Krishna gives up all other qualities. Krishna gives up all his godhood, right? And we have been discussing that Krishna is Atmaram, which is like he is self-satisfied, but he becomes Tanyakam, he desire the mother Yashoda's milk, right? Krishna is Vishuddha Tattva, but he becomes angry, he gets upset. Krishna is faster than the mind and the wind, but that Krishna has been caught by an elderly lady, Yashoda Mai. Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha, Ananda Vigraha, eternally blissful, but this blissful Lord is crying. He is the supreme controller, Ishvara Parama Krishna, the supreme controller, but the supreme controller is bound by the rope of Mother Yashoda. He is all pervading. Krishna is pervaded everywhere in the entire universe. But that all pervaded Lord is bound by the robe of Mother Yashoda. But actually, we should understand it is not bound by the rope, but is bound by the love of Mother Yashoda. So, this is the quality. To exhibit this quality of Bhakta Vashyata, Krishna has given up all these great qualities which makes him the God. Right? Tadiyeshu Taggeshu Bhaktarji Tattvam. So, those who worship the God Krishna in the mood of reverence, like in the Vaikuntha planet, like the Supreme Lord Narayan, they would never have access to this kind of understanding of the God. But this devotees in Vrindavan, they associate with Krishna more intimately in a very simple way, but very, very intimate. So all this innocence is seen only in Vrindavan Leela. Right? Nobody consider Krishna there as God. Right? Mother Yashoda always consider that Krishna is a small child, has to be taken care. Krishna's friends, the Gopas, they always consider Krishna as our friends. No matter that what wonderful feats he shows, he lifted the Govardhan, he killed the demons, and all of that, but they never treat him as someone very powerful, someone like a god, right? They always think their interpretation is that Krishna is blessed by the Supreme Lord. Krishna is protected by God. He is empowered by God. Like that they think whenever Krishna shows some superhuman feats like that. Right. So they always see Krishna as their object of love. But if someone who try to see Krishna as the controller, the protector, the master, the maintainer, the lord, the proprietor, then for them it is very difficult to bind Krishna. Krishna can be only bound by this intimate relationship by his devotees, and these devotees are the devotees of Vrindavan, all the Brajvasis. So there are three qualities that Krishna is exhibiting through this pastime. So one quality has been mentioned here, that he is Bhakta Bhratya Vashyata, and then it is Bhakti Arjitattvam and Bhaktir Baddham. So Krishna can be conquered, Krishna can be bound, Krishna can be taken under the control by the bhakti. And Prabhupada is nicely explaining these are all Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. One should not misunderstand, oh, looks like Krishna is also not independent. Krishna is Swarat. He is transcendental autocrat, completely independent. So one should not misunderstand him. Krishna does that by his own sweet will. So this is called Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, the humor of transcendental qualities. So that increases the transcendental pleasure. That brings more intimacy between the devotee and the Lord. Like that. And another point, very important point that Prabhupada is clarifying here, that one should not think that Krishna is under the control of his servants, but actually Krishna is the control under the control of the love of those devotees. So love attracts Krishna, love controls Krishna. And that's the goal of practicing this bhakti. That's the goal of practicing Krishna consciousness. We are chanting, we are reading, we are hearing. So somebody asked that what is the goal? What you are trying to achieve by this? So we are trying to achieve, we are trying to develop that love, unalloyed, loving devotional service to the Lord. That is what the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching all of us. The prema pumartho mahan. The goal is that how we can develop this prem, this love towards unalloyed love, unmotivated, uninterrupted, loving devotional service. So that is the goal, right? So this is how we understand. And when somebody develops this love, then uh, one can control the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Harina, Pratyavashyata, Krishna comes under their wash, under their control. Okay, so this is the verse. So we shall read more verses tomorrow. I'll pause here. Anybody's any quick question or any comment or anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, you said that devotees of Vrindavan, they don't treat Krishna as God. So, because they were with Krishna, but what about in today's times? Like, if we don't, some people feel a different feeling, right? Some people treat Krishna as their own child, or some feel that it is their friend. So does that come naturally in today's times? Because we are not like devotees of Vrindavan who used to play with Krishna or who played mother and father to him. So is that a natural feeling that will come to any of us?
Yeah. So yeah, it's naturally if it is coming, that is great. One should not artificially try to imitate that, I want to be like a gopi, I want to be like Mother Yashoda. We should not artificially try to do. In our case, it is very simple. We should try to follow the standard, the instructions which is set forth by an bona fide Acharya. Srila Prabhupada has taught us how to practice Krishna consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by how to worship the deities. Certain standards are given, you know, like we do the arati and the bhog, the dressing, and maintain some cleanliness externally, internally in the mind. Chant Hare Krishna mantra, read Bhagavatam, read Bhagavad Gita. So this is our process to awaken our dormant love. We need not to artificially prematurely try to imitate, looks like, I was gopi or I want to be like a gopi. So, I'm dancing with Krishna, I'm imagining. We need not to do all of that. We are practicing sadhana bhakti. So some sadhana is given to us, some means are given to us by an acharya. We have to just follow. And by the process of that practice, the power of that practice of Krishna consciousness under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, when the right time will come when the sufficient purification happens by the grace of Guru, that our relation or Sarupa will be revealed to us. That we are in what relation we are connected with Krishna, in the Vatsalya Bhav or in the Sakha Bhav or Madhurya Bhav. So that is a very advanced stage. So prematurely one should not try to imitate like that.
Okay.
That's the
Got
same.
it, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so thank you everyone. We'll meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare